What's up, homies? It's Ryan, and today we are back for episode number 2 of our Las Vegas Aces expansion franchise here on Out of the Park Baseball 18. It has been quite a while. I think it's been at least a month, if not more. I know I said I was going to try to do this once a week. Obviously, that did not happen, but we are back. This is finals week for me, and then I'm going home, so hopefully I can continue this over winter break. I think I'll be able to, but no promises. You can see we are here at the Rule 5 draft. This is going to be an excellent way for our organization to get some talent on this team because, excuse me, you take a look at what we're working with right now. It's okay, but there are definitely a lot of ways we can make improvements. So let's get back to the Rule 5 draft here. Let's just get some players. So we have the second pick in the Rule 5 draft. Montreal has, of course, the first pick, and we do not want the ratings. We just want the defaults. That's fantastic. So let's just see who's available here potentially, and we want all players, of course. Let's see. So like a guy like a Santiago Casilla would be fantastic. Yeah, okay, there are definitely some guys here that I'm going to try to look to get on the team because there are definitely some upgrades already I can see. So we are going to auto-draft. Oh, that's right. Yeah, until next pick by Las Vegas. So Montreal picked center fielder Kyle Wren. It seemed like, okay. This is probably not anyone that I would have looked to get. He's got some speed to him. He can play a very good defensive left field. He can play a solid center field. But, yeah, this is not the guy that I would have gotten with the first pick in the Rule 5 draft. So I think we're going to go wild here in the Rule 5 draft. We're really going to take advantage of this. And I think the first guy I'm going to get, this Ali Sanchez guy, is kind of intriguing. So he's really just a very good defensive catcher, which is fine, but he's never played above rookie ball. But that's all good. Yeah, so I'm thinking Santiago Casilla. I know he's 37 years old, but it's always good to have good bullpen arms. I know one of you actually mentioned that. So I think we're going to go with this. Very little hustle. It's not what I like to see. I need my guys to hustle. He's a ground ball pitcher, 92 to 94 mile per hour velocity. I know these things, his ratings are going to start falling off. He is 37 years old, but I think he might be the move. Because, I mean, I know I'm going to butcher this guy's name. I'm sorry. I know this is one of the bigger guys for the Yankees in real life. Andujar, we're going to say that. Please correct me because I know I'm not correct. He could play solid defensive third base. He's got a really good arm, which is good. His error grade, I would like to see that be a little higher, but he has played at AAA. He spent a good amount of time there. He spent almost all 2017 at AAA with Scranton, the Rail Riders, and he did pretty well. He had 269, 357, 450. It seems like he could potentially grade out with above average power, above average contact, solid gap power. So I think we're going to take a chance here on Andujar. We're just going to call him Miguel right now because I know I'm butchering that last name. So we're going to go with Miguel, and we are going to draft him. And now he is on the team. So for those of you that are not aware of the Rule 5 draft, basically there are guidelines. So you won't see like top prospects on this. Basically, if you're not on the 40-man roster and you've been in the league for a certain amount of time, you enter what is known as the Rule 5 draft. And let's just go to the next pick by Las Vegas. And basically, you have the opportunity to be selected by any team. Oh, who did we lose? I guess we lost somebody. Jim Johnson. Whoops. Okay, I forgot that he was on our team. That's fine. That's all good. But as I was saying, basically, you have the ability to be selected by any team in the wait, is Casilla on our team? Maybe he is actually. Oh no, Irving Reyes. Okay, I was about to say because I saw Jim Johnson. I don't remember like who exactly we get Casilla. We might have gotten Casilla. Yes, we did. All right, so we did get Casilla. Whoops. I don't think anyone's gonna take him though because he's 37. See, this is how long it's been. I can't even remember like who I actually picked. But anyway, back to the Rule 5 draft. You can be selected by any team. So let's say hypothetically I select Evan Mitchell, right, for example. He would have to be on my roster for my 25-man roster for the entire season. And if at any point I wanted to demote him or get rid of him or whatever, I have to offer him back to his original team. And then if they want him back, they can take him. If they don't want him back, then you go from there. But that's what the Rule 5 draft is. So I'm looking here. There's some intriguing options. I don't really think I want a guy like an Avellino, and he's never played above Double A either. He's only played 41 games there, so I don't think he's good defensively, but I don't want him on my major league roster at this point. So I don't know, maybe a guy like Hernandez, but I feel like we already have like enough guys like Hernandez on the roster. So I think Evan Mitchell might be the move. He's only 25 years old. He does not have, well, he does have major league experience. He's played 17 games. Did not do all that well last year, but he had a very inflated BABIP, 423. So I would assume that will go down with time. So we're going to get Evan Mitchell to be part of our organization. Guy from Marietta, Georgia. He is 25 years old. So we are going to go with Evan Mitchell, and we will draft him. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that we were on Las Vegas, because I would have been a little perturbed excuse me, if we were not on Las Vegas. So let's see if there's anyone here that's interesting. We lost Casilla. How about that? Did we really lose Casilla? I'm fine if we did. Okay, so we lost Casilla. That's fine. Not too concerned. Let's just delete all those messages. So Rule 5 draft pool again. So we lose 2 relief pitchers in this, so I would not be opposed to just grabbing another one. A guy maybe like he's played as high as Double A. It doesn't seem like he's going to get any better. He's ready to be playing in the majors. He is 23 years old. He's a ground ball pitcher, solid velocity. He's got stamina. He could make a spot start, I guess, but he only has 2 pitches. That's usually asking for trouble. So I think I'm going to take a shot on this Randy Rosario. He's not going to be our closer, obviously. You guys, if you followed the channel for a while, you'll know that I don't really like the closer role anyway, but I think we'll go with Randy Rosario, unless this John Stilson guy is, well, maybe I actually go with him. He is 27 years old. So I think I'm going to go with John Stilson here over Randy Rosario. If Rosario is still there in the next round, we might take a chance, but as of right now, I'm going to take a chance here on Stilson. So we will draft him. And now go until the next pick. If Rosario is there, I'll take a shot. Let's see. Yes, he still is there. So let's take a shot here with Randy Rosario. And that's going to be the last guy we pick here in the Rule 5 draft. Well, actually, Wilmer Defoe. I'm just trying to see if like any names that, but like Eric Goodell. No, there's not. Daniel Nava, maybe. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months now. So there's not really anyone here. Mike Poppy is interesting. He's got the gap power, the potential home run power, but now we're gonna stick with the 4 guys that we got. Tyler Wade, I got to see him play when he was at Trenton. I think we're just gonna okay. Yeah, so now you're just getting into the scraps. So we are going to complete the draft. So we get 4 guys there in the 2017 Rule 5 draft. Now you will see if we go to our pitching staff. Now you see guys, where are they? Like Randy Rosario and John Stilson, Evan Mitchell, they are all there. And then we also have Miguel, who is going to, I believe, slot in as our starting third base. Well, I can't say I believe, he will. So Matt Davidson is now out of the starting lineup. So we have Miguel Andujar at third. We will place him, I think 6th is a solid spot, maybe 7th. Yeah, we'll put him 7th. We'll put Dwight Smith 6th. That's probably going to change a lot between now and then, because I would like to sign some free agents. I forget who said it. I believe I'm not even going to try to, because I don't want to give someone like credit if they didn't suggest it, but I know someone someone told me why I did not have as much money as I thought I would. But I still would like to sign some free agents, maybe some pitchers. I'm going to wait until around the time spring training starts, because that's usually when you can get some guys for cheaper than their demands. There are a couple guys I'm kind of like. Lucas Duda, I think would be interesting for nothing more than just he could hit the ball out of the park, which I think would be fantastic. There's a couple relief pitchers here that I'm kind of looking at. There's some deals definitely to be had. I'm definitely gonna sign some guys by the time spring training rolls around. But having said that, I will simulate until spring training begins, and by that point, we'll take a look at some free agents. We'll see who made the Hall of Fame, and we will get right on going here with this Las Vegas franchise. All right, so we are back. It is Saturday, January 27th, 2018. I decided to simulate to the preseason at the start of spring training. So Hall of Fame voting results did come in on January 17th, so 10 days ago. Chipper Jones made it in on his first year on the ballot. He got 84.7% of the vote. Trevor Hoffman made it in his third year, 76.5% of the votes. We just got in. Looking at some other notable names, Vlad got 74.6% in his second year, so he'll probably make it in next year. Tommy got 72% in his first year, so he'll probably make it in. Barry Bonds got 67.2% in his sixth year. He's going to be a very interesting case. Edgar Martinez, that's not what I want to see, 54.9%. I really hope he makes it in next year. Clemens at 54.9%. Kurt Schilling at 47%. Moose at 52.2%. Some other names, some names that dropped out. Were there any notable ones? No, all of them were on their first year on the ballot, so nobody dropped out that was on this ballot for a while. Jamie Moyer, of course, Phillies fan, as you all know. It's nice to see him on the ballot, 6.3%. He won't make it in, but always nice to see him on the ballot. So it seems like Tanaka is going to the San Francisco Giants. He's going to get $20 million per 7 years. Our budget got increased from $75 million to $95 million. So I'd like to go take a look at the free agents that are available. And this is now fantastic. We had just around $7 million for free agents. Now we have $27 million, which is great. And there are definitely some names here that I'm looking at. I'm upset that Duda is not there anymore, but still, a guy like Alex Cobb I think would be interesting. I know he's fragile, but I think getting a guy like Alex Cobb in here would be great. Definitely some names. Craig Kimbrell only wants $6.3 million. I might take a look at him. A guy like Yonder Alonso, I might try to bring in because you take a look. I've said it a couple times already, but you take a look. There are definitely, because right now we have this guy that has never played at the major league level. He's only played 7 games at AAA. He wants to be a bench player, but I don't really want him on my team right now. There are definitely a lot of places that we can make upgrades. So, even in center field, for a guy like Trace Thompson can't even play center field all that well. Now, I know he's seen as a leader, this, that, and the other. I know it's very important, especially in this version of Out of the Park baseball, but I'm going to take a look at the free agent pool. I'm going to try to see where I can make some upgrades because I would love to be able to, looking at this rotation right now, Alex Cobb would probably be our second best pitcher right now, maybe even our best pitcher, depending on how Matt Moore does. So I'm going to take a look at the free agent pool. I'm going to try to just get as many guys as possible. You guys know that I'd like to try to keep these things as realistic as I can, but I'm going to just try to get as many of these guys as possible and go from there. So I'll be back, hopefully with good news that we signed a lot of the targets. All right, it is Friday, February 23rd, 2018. Wow, that took way longer than I thought it was going to. But we are back, and I made several moves that I think will help the team not suck completely, because that is our owner goal for this year. Don't suck completely, and I think the moves that I made will help us do just that. So taking a look at the transactions log, all the way back on February 4th, we signed 4 players to contracts. We signed starting pitcher Ryan Weber to a 1-year contract worth $3 million. We signed Alex Cobb to a 2-year contract worth $7.2 million. We signed Yonder Alonso to a 1-year contract worth $2.8 million. And we signed Jay Bruce to a 1-year contract worth $5 million. So I had mentioned that we needed starting pitching, and we needed it badly. And now Alex Cobb and Ryan Weber, or Weber, I'm not sure. I'm going to guess Weber, but if someone actually knows, be sure to let me know. We needed starting pitching, so Cobb and Weber slide in as 2 of the top 3 pitchers in our rotation now. Alex Cobb, of course, he has injury, very big injury history. You see his injury proneness is fragile, but when he's healthy, I think he's a very solid starting pitcher. He's 30 years old, and to only get him for $3.6 million, I think that's good, and hopefully that it pays off well. Ryan Weber, he is kind of an unknown commodity. You see, if we go to his page, he is, I believe, 27 years old. He has 55 grade stuff and movement, 75 grade control. He really only has the 1+ pitch with his 65 grade changeup. He does have 3 other pitches, the fastball, the cutter, and the slider. This is not going to be his first time in the majors. He was in the majors with Atlanta in 2015 and 2016. He spent all of 2017 down in the lower level, well, not the lower levels, the higher levels of the minors, AA with Arkansas, and then AAA with, I would imagine that's Tacoma. A 3-star guy. He has some intriguing ratings. His velocity is not very high, but he's a ground ball pitcher. And if nothing else, he'll eat innings for us until next year. In terms of the bats that we get Yonder Alonso. He slots in as our first baseman. He can play in an okay defensive first base, I suppose, but I mainly got him for his bat, 60 great contact, gap power, and his ability to avoid strikeouts, 55 great home run power. So, he can hit him out of the park in the right situation. Does not really have a ton of speed to his game, but we just wanted to find some way to improve the offense. So we get Yonder Alonso, and then probably the biggest name that we got was Jay Bruce, the 30-year-old. He will not be playing the outfield for us. That would not be good. He will be our designated hitter, mainly due to his 65 great home run power, his 60 great gap power. Strikeouts are definitely going to be an issue with him. He will get most likely the most at-bats he's gotten in a season since 2015 when he had 580 at-bats, 649 plate appearances with the Cincinnati Reds. That was his last full season as a member of that Cincinnati organization. Of course, we don't get him for his batting average. We did not sign him for his on-base percentage. We got him because he can hit the ball out of the park, and when he has the opportunity to get regular playing time, he can usually do that. So if he can give me 20, 25 home runs, I think that would be great. Only have him for 1 year. We just want to add some pop to the lineup, so hopefully we get that with Jay Bruce. We also made a trade with the Houston Astros, so we sent 29-year-old reliever Pedro Baez, 25-year-old first baseman Eric Jagiello, and 29-year-old center fielder Jake Smolinski to the Houston Astros. And in return, we got several players. We got 26-year-old center fielder Jake Marisnick, and then a quartet of minor league prospects, 21-year-old minor league left fielder Brian De La Cruz, 23-year-old minor league right fielder Carmen Benedetti, 21-year-old minor league left fielder Andy Pineda, and 23-year-old minor league reliever Carlos Sierra. So initially, when I was going to make a trade, I was just looking for a player that could play center field at a respectable rate. That's not the best way to phrase that, but I'm kind of tired, so just excuse my wording there. And Marisnick, I was wondering because I was like, wait a minute, I know Marisnick is a little better than that. Marisnick, there we go. So we did not have a natural center fielder on the roster. We did not have someone that could play center field fairly well. So we look at a guy like a Jake Marisnick. I looked at other options. It would just take too much to get them. A lot of them were on the younger side. You see Jake Marisnick is 26, so he's still pretty young, but some of the guys I was looking at, they were 22, 23, 24. They were still considered prospects, some of them in their respective organizations. So it would have taken a lot to get them, but we do get Jake Marisnick, a guy that he's not really good when it comes to the offensive side of the game, but defensively, he'll probably be pretty consistent for us. He's not going to hurt us. He's got some speed to his game. So we get him, and then we get 4 prospects. None of them are really phenomenal. I'll just let you guys take a look at their grades. But mainly, I just want to get as many prospects as possible because at this point in our expansion franchise, I just want to acquire as much young talent as I possibly can. What are the odds that some of these guys end up contributing? Probably pretty low, but I just want to get as much young talent as possible, just try to build up our prospect pool as much as possible, and hopefully that will help us out in the future. We also signed Jawan James to a minor league contract. He will be with the major league team just because of the fact that he can play all 3 outfield positions. Really, he can only play center field well, but still the defensive grades, he grades out very well. So we signed Jawan James. He will not be here next year. This is going to probably be his only year as a member of the Las Vegas Aces, but that is that. We get a new team doctor in Brian Ebel. He specializes in prevention. I believe this will be his 22nd year as a doctor in baseball. We also get a new scouting director, Phil Maldonado, to a 3-year, $990,000 contract. He was the best available that was comfortable working in Major League Baseball. Of course, if you've played this game, you know that there are a lot of good foreign scouts, trainers, whatever, but they do not feel comfortable working in a foreign league. So we did settle on Phil Maldonado, who I'm happy with, and if any other better options pop up between now and the end of his contract, we'll definitely take a look. But I believe that's all I needed to show all of you. Taking a look at a possible lineup, we might have Asawahe leading off, followed by Torres, Alonso, Bruce, Marisnick, Thompson, Dwight Smith Jr., Miguel, and then Vasquez. So definitely not the most intimidating lineup in the world, but I think that for an expansion team, you could definitely do a lot worse. In terms of the pitching staff, we have Matt Moore, Alex Cobb, Ryan Weber, Brian Johnson, and Ruby De La Rosa. And De La Rosa can always, or any of these guys really, they can always be slotted out for, other options. We have John Moscott, we have Doug Fister, we have Nick Tepesh, we have Derek Holland. We'll have guys at the in the minor league system that can slot in, and if nothing else, just eat innings for us. We also have Alex Blackford, Anthony Bass, Nolan Sanburn. So even Randy Rosario, the guy we got in the Rule 5 draft, can make a spot start if need be. He only has the 2 pitches, but he can make a spot start potentially. And then our bullpen, we have Hunter Strickland, Grant Dayton, Corey Knievel, Josh Stilson, Evan Mitchell, Keone Kayla, Alex Claudio. We might keep Rosario. We might not. I'm not sure what the deal is going to be with Rosario, but we'll figure it out. Then our bench players, we have Reese McGuire, who will hopefully end up becoming our catcher of the future. That way we could trade Christian Vasquez for something. Kelly Dugan, Nolan Fontana, and as I mentioned before, Juwan James, who was just on the team for his defense. I want to thank you all for watching episode number 2 of my Las Vegas Aces expansion franchise, as I forget how to talk. Be sure to keep an eye out for episode number 3 when we will finally get this season started. 2018, the first year for the Las Vegas Aces. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.